What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video sharing episode. Yesterday, no video because I was tired, so I didn't. Today, crazy day. Actually, not, but training was crazy. Okay, 2 hours training. Usually, max 1.5 hours, like around 1 to 1.5 hours. Today, 2 hours. He also said, like, get ready, like in the next time, it's gonna be a bit longer again. Last summer, actually, too, it was like roughly 2 hours long, which is good, really good. More training is better. Yeah, and also I got accepted into the uni. Right, and there's this. I was wondering if this exists only in Germany or also in other countries around the world. Basically, there's this. You can either study or you can. I don't know what it's called, but you can basically train to be. You can train at a firm. You can be trained at a firm for the job. And that's basically a combination. In Germany, there's a combination. It's been gaining popularity. More and more different offers, and basically rising popularity. And it's the combination of those two. Basically, you study in college, you apply for a college, but you also apply for you also look for a business that basically but it doesn't train you. It just provides you a workplace and pays you. Pretty simple. But it's like official, It's not that you are a full-time student and work so that you're able to pay it off. No, you're half-time student, half-time work, And I think usually it is like a certain amount of weeks you study and a certain amount of weeks and the same amount of weeks you work. But in my uni, the one that I applied to, it's like 4 weeks, I think, of working and online learning, and then 1 week of being at campus and doing, group projects, like applying the knowledge or whatever, right? 4 weeks of work, 1 week of studying. And obviously the 4 weeks you study online, but 1 week in person. Yeah. And you work a maximum of 25 hours a week. And here's the thing. You like I said, the business takes it pays for your college. Basically, you don't pay anything, and then in addition you can try to persuade the business. Like, for example, for me, the college, the uni would cost 500 euros a month, and so basically I'm working for at least 500 euros a month. And anything above that, I get paid. And now, basically, it all depends, obviously, on how you persuade the business to pay you. And I am going to persuade it quite well because I just will, because I'm not gonna work there for free, basically, right? Just like, I'm not gonna spend 100 hours a month working for them and earning 500 euros. Like, what? I would be working for 5 euros an hour. No. Minimum wage is like 12 euros something. I'm not gonna be working there basically for free. No. So, me, influence tactics and stuff. I'll do it. I will do it. So yeah, that's one thing. But I first have to look for a business to partner with, basically. Yeah. And the good thing about my uni is they will even help me. They send me an email and were like, "Oh, you got accepted," and then also here's here's a table of a few businesses uh, that you could apply to, or here's also a few websites. Just let me know in the next, or if none of these are good for you, or if you have your own, like if you don't like any of these, or if you have already an idea in mind, contact us and we'll help you. Crazy. Huge amount of help. So yeah, that's also crazy. I got the guy that I called with last week. He said like, 20 to 30 per course of study get accepted, and there's like 6 or 9 different ones. I don't remember how many. But basically, out of these 500 to 600 people that apply every year, roughly, let's say there's 6 courses of study and a maximum amount of 30, would be 180. 180 people get accepted, and just in that specific one, 30 people max, right? And I'm one of those 30. Because I'm built different. Probably because the guy liked me on call, because I was quite a humorous and quite a charming person, if I do say so. Charismatic. Yeah. So that's what's up. And tomorrow will be such a crazily busy day, yo. You don't understand. Like, alright, a friend will call me back, and he'll tell me at what time he can meet tomorrow. If he tells me he can meet the same time as last time, which was before 6 a.m., then I'll have to leave the house at 5. So I have to wake up like a bit earlier, right? And if he tells me later, then later, so be it. Then I have to meet a few friends, 2 friends at 11 to study for the sports. Oh, right, today was sports exam, completely forgot. Basketball exam. First, like that's crazy. They didn't tell us the grade. They were like, oh no, we can't tell you for whatever reason. We can only tell you after you have the final grade. What? Okay. Okay. But my friend overheard them saying I got 15 points, and like it was 2 parts, and then also a reflective part that we didn't even know about. First part, 15 points as far as he heard, and he got 14. Second part, first part was a parkour. 15 points, obviously, because I was like, it's crazy how my friend got 14 actually, and me 15. Like, if he got 14, I should have gotten like more like 30, if that's possible, to be honest. But good for him, good for him. It's better if he has a higher grade, but like I just wanted to flex, okay, that I'm at least twice as good as he is in basketball. But that's not the point. Second part of the exam was a street ball game, basically. 3v3. Oh my god. And yeah, I don't know what I got there, but I think still like at least 13 points. Like I played pretty well. Then the reflective part came after that. Like after the game, they were like, okay, each one individually sit down, and I asked some questions, and the questions that I asked were fucking dumb. Okay, the questions were, for me, the first question was, all right, well, what does a person who play basketball have to be able to play basketball? I'm like, well, they have to have like stamina, and they have to have like what do they have to bring to the field, basically? Like they have to have stamina, and they have to have a vision of the field, because if they're just focused on the ball, then obviously anyone can steal it, and so I said that, and then they were like, okay, good. Now what are some tactics for attacking? I'm like, what tactics? Like in my head, I'm like, tactics for attacking, bro. You get the ball, pass the ball, and score. That's the tactic. No, but then I was like, oh, you can feint, or you can screen someone, or you can, basically stuff like that. And we're like, oh yeah, screening. What is that? We're like, what did you mean? And I'm like, oh yeah, screening. When there's a person with the ball, a defender, you have a different defender. You run in between the defender and your teammate so that he can run forward, and you are blocking him. That's what I did in the game. And they're also like, okay, and you said feint. Like, did you also use a feint in the game? And I'm like, okay, wait, if they're asking like this, I'm like, no, I don't think I did, now that you're saying this. And thinking back, I did. Like, I didn't necessarily do I definitely did a feint while passing the ball. I was like, ooh, and then oh my god, towards the end, oh my god, there was one teacher playing. The last ball, he tried blocking me while I was throwing, and I feinted the throw, and oh my god, he went to the other side of the court. Oh my god. That was great. So yeah, I did feint at least once, but I just said no. I don't know why they even asked me that. Okay, whatever. Yeah. Then they also asked some more dumbass question. Honestly, I don't even. Oh, they were like, oh, what was the weakness you displayed in the game? And I'm like, my weakness. Well, apart from throwing. Okay, well, throwing was my weakness. And then I was like, to explain a bit more, I was like, yeah, throwing, because, I didn't throw. I threw the ball like once, because while I was practicing for the parkour, I noticed like I am not making a single shot today. So I was like, okay. Okay. I didn't throw. And I was like, yeah, I could have thrown at some chances, but I didn't. Yeah. But during the parkour, first time, I hit every shot. That's so crazy. Yeah. Every out of the 2 shots. Yeah. But yeah, I honestly can't say. I did do a feint. Am I stupid? I'm like so stupid. I did do feints multiple times. The thing is, just while dribbling, I did a very fancy feint, Maybe that's also what now. I did a very fancy feint. And so when I was thinking about the game, I'm like, no, I didn't do that feint. But they were not only talking about that feint, but feints in general. So, dumbass. But yeah, tomorrow will be hella busy. I'm about to receive a call from a friend, and he'll tell me, like I said, when we'll meet tomorrow. Then at 11, 2 more friends to study for sports. Oral exam, which will be next week. Then also later at like 2, I will meet another friend, and yeah, crazily busy day. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one. That's like it, because yeah, I have stuff to do. Bye bye.